Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Bill from Good Old Days Gaming, bringing you some action replay codes for Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on the Nintendo GameCube. Now, none of these codes you can find online in the encrypted format that action replay requires you to input them. You can find them in an unencrypted format, which you would then have to decipher what exactly you want the code to do, then encrypt it with a program so that you can actually put it into your action replay. But I went ahead and did all of that legwork for you to create a number of codes that I think a lot of people would love and are way better than the default codes that you can find on the official action replay websites. So let's start with this one. Control enemies by holding L and pressing either up or down on the D-pad. So we'll hold L. L is also what controls the camera, so if you hold L and press up, nothing happens. But if you hold L and press down on the D-pad, suddenly now I can control all the red enemies on the map. And this doesn't change the alliances, however. So if you notice, I could still attack this green soldier that's standing next to this mercenary. But you can control every enemy unit, so you can move them backwards, make them unequip and completely drop and destroy their weapons. You could do this theoretically to everybody, even boss characters. And then, of course, to regain control of your own units, hold L and press up on the D-pad, and it'll resume as like normal, like the code never existed. So theoretically, you could disarm everybody on the map and then just go freely about however you want to destroy people. So it's a little bit overpowered, but it's also really fun. So now let's move on to this code. Ike has 80 uses for all weapons. This is immensely important for all the other codes upcoming in this video. It's only 3 lines of code. All of the codes are going to be in the video description below. I'm not putting them in the video because that would just take far too long. So check the video description if you want these codes. In conjunction with this code simultaneously, I'm going to show you this one. By holding R and pressing up, his inventory will have killer weapons, bolting, the Adept scroll, as well as some other things we're going to see in a second here. But if you notice, it has 12 lines of code. Again, another reason why I'm not putting them in this video. They're all going to be in the description. So okay, you can see the 80 uses code is active. If you look at Ike's inventory, he has 80 uses, even though he only is supposed to have a max of 40 on his first weapon. Now what's awesome about this is you could take any character, any item, any weapon, and trade with Ike, and it'll up that thing's usage. So we'll do that here with Volk's knife. Now you can see the knife has 80 uses out of 30. Just give it back to Volk and voila. And this is also awesome because you could just turn and sell it to your convoy and make a ton of gold. So, I mean, really, nothing is breakable with this code. It's awesome. But you need this for all of the codes upcoming. So, important thing here, empty Ike's inventory and get off of Ike's screen. Now input the code, which in this case was R and up, and now look at Ike's inventory. He's got the Killing Edge, the Killer Axe, Killer Lance, and Bolting, as well as the Arm Scroll boots, the rare boots. You can make he's got 80 uses of boots. Pretty much every party member you can acquire is going to be able to traverse the whole map with that. Or if you don't want to cheat that badly, just sell it or destroy it. That's what's so awesome about these codes. And he also has the Adept skill scroll, which is just a really good skill you can pretty much give to any unit. And of course the Speed Wing. So like with this bolting is supposed to only have 5 uses. It has 80. You could give that to Soren early on and just be a complete beast on the map. But again, it's kind of all up to you and how much fun do you want to have, how far do you want to cheat. But again, the importance of the arm scroll with codes like this is to quickly boost up the weapon proficiency. So like in this case, Braum, I didn't even use him yet, but now he has a weapon level B for lances, so I could give him a Brave Lance or a Killer Lance. And you could just do this theoretically with everybody. And now if you want to reuse the code, just input the code again, but again, get off of Ike before you do the button command. Because if you have Ike on screen, his inventory menu on screen, you will soft lock the game. So it's very important to stay off of Ike's screen. Here's another code. Ike has Staves, the arm scroll, and boots, and again, as well as some other things. You hold L and press right this time on the D-pad. Again, 11 lines of code. It'll be in the description below. So this one is a little bit crazy. You get the Ashera staff, which is the best healing staff in the game. It doesn't matter where you are, it just heals and cures all of your units. Then you have 3 staffs that are not in the game, but they're programmed in the game, and only one of them works, and that's the warp staff, the second one here on the menu. It'll actually warp people into different locations. Berserk doesn't work. It might look like it does, but it doesn't, and Unlock doesn't work. There's another code. Ike has all S-rank weapons. Hold R and press right. 7 lines of code for this one. This one gives you the Vague Caddy, the Wishblade, the Irvan, and the Double Bow, all S-rank to their respective weapon type. You also get the Occult Scroll for learning that, which is awesome, because again, you could just repeat this input and get 1,000,000 Occult Scrolls and have your whole party have an Occult skill. And again, we have the Speedwing, Talisman, and Energy Drop. All Brave weapons, hold R and press left. Again, pretty much every weapon class, the Brave weapons, which are awesome because it lets you attack 4 times. And the other weapons, or the other items stayed the same. You got another Occult Scroll, Speedwing, Talisman, and Energy Drop. Ike gets the Ragnell, Occult, and other things. Hold R and press up. In addition to the Ragnell, you get the Devil Axe, which is kind of crap, and then the Alondite and that other weapon that Ashnard has. But the problem with these 2 weapons, the Black Knight's weapon and Ashnard's weapon, is you can't actually use them. I don't even know if you can destroy them, I can't remember, so you might just have to store them in your convoy, but it's neat that you can put them in the inventory. Ike gets all bows and some various stat up things. Hold L and press up. Now this is kind of awesome because you get the Bright Bow, which is magic power rather than attack power, and you get ballistas, the last of which is a catapult, which you might want to be careful with because you could softlock the thing. The Killer Ballista is definitely the best one. And you also get a Sheriff's Robe in here for HP growth. Rare Staves and skills. Hold L and press left. This is far better than the other staff code because you get Fortify, a staff that heals all surrounding allied units. Rescue, that's an amazing staff. Sleep, and then again that rare staff Warp that actually works in the game, as well as all these skills, Resolve, Wrath, Shade, and Nihil, which are just really good rare skills that you could apply to almost any unit. This is very good code. Ike has all S magic and stat up items. Hold L and press left. So you get Rex Flame, Rex Caliber, Rex Bolt, and Rex Aura. And some other stat up items that none of the other codes have given us yet. So pretty much every stat is covered, and these magic spells are just amazing. Again, you can make Soren a beast super early on, which is great because normally he levels up so slowly. Ike has all range magic and the Demi-Band. Again, press L and left, which there's going to be a special note on that at the end here. So you get Meteor, Bolting, Blizzard, and Purge, all super range magic, and the Demi-Band, so you can have all of your Laguz party members in permanent beast form. And again, you get the Occult Scroll, and check this out, Vantage, which is Mia's normal skill, and Daunt, which is another one that you can't normally get, which is why it's called IID Horror. Now this is the skill that Ashnard has, the final boss. I believe it works on other units, but it might just be for color, I forget. It might not be programmed fully, kind of like the Berserk staff. But that Demi-Band is amazing, because now you never have to worry about your Laguz turning into unfightable form. Now you might be wondering, but I don't want to use this so late in the game, I want to use it right away. Well, this is what this code is for. Hold L and press A to warp to Chapter 9. You can do this at any point, even if you're well beyond Chapter 9. Putting in this code will put you back to Chapter 9. Why Chapter 9? Because that's the first chapter where you get Leaf, Rolf, Mordecai, and Mist. So you get a really... Oh, I think Soren comes back too in that chapter. So you get a lot of good party members, and you have access to the convoy immediately. So now pay attention to the music. Listen to it right now. It's the level 1 prologue music, right? Now when I input the code, listen to the music change. There you see, now it thinks I'm on Chapter 8 right now. It's playing the Chapter 8 track music. So we'll finish the chapter as normal, and then watch the save file when it overwrites the prologue save. Chapter 8, clear. Now starting the next chapter. Chapter 9, Gallia. Or Gallia, I don't know how you say it. But that is immensely useful. But again, now check this out though. If we go check out our party, I used it on the prologue, so I only have Ike. There's no Titania, no Boyd, no Soren, nothing. So you might want to wait until like chapter 2 or chapter 4 to actually input the code if you want everybody. And again, at this point then just empty out Ike's inventory, back out to that menu so Ike isn't on the screen, input the button code that you want, and voila, you can just mess around right away as early as chapter 9. You could do it before you have the convoy, but it's kind of a pain in the butt because then you have to drop and destroy on every turn everything that's hogging up your inventory. So it's best to do these once you have access to your base camp and the convoy. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and here are just a few special notes. Again, with these codes, do not activate more than one of the same button input. If you notice, a lot of those codes had a lot of hold L and press left on the D-pad. Do not activate more than one of those at a time. You can activate other ones, like if you have an L plus left and an L plus right active at the same time, that's fine. But again, when you input them, the other thing to keep in mind is make sure Ike's inventory menu is not on the screen, and make sure whatever direction you pressed isn't going to bring you to Ike, because as soon as that happens, that's going to soft lock. So you want to either back out completely of the party list or be so far away from Ike that when you put in the button command, Ike won't be there still, and then you just go check out Ike and he'll have all the items. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed these codes. They're definitely a lot better than the official action replay codes, the ones that you can find on like IGN and like pretty much every popular gaming website. These ones had to actually do some work to create and encrypt. So, and they're definitely like the best codes. They're button inventory codes. What more could you want in an RPG game? So there, hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, all the codes are in the video description below if you want to input them into your own action replays. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.